Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to go over the NFL for Black Friday, November 28th. Chicago Bears versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the only game of the day. And let's get started with the opening odds. As you can see, they are on your screen faded out here to your left, the leftmost numbers. Plus 235 opening for the Bears, minus 345 for the Eagles. And we'll just base it off the notes here. Separate the integers, add them together. That's how we get these values up top, because we base all of our numerology off the opening odds, because obviously they're the constants, they're stagnant, and they're the most telling. They're the opening odds. So you have to base it off of that. Current odds look like this. Plus 285, minus 355. Significant increase for the Bears. Plus 50. While the Eagles is plus, in their respective direction, plus 10, even though it's a higher negative in the negative direction. Both are higher in their respective directions. More significantly, the Bears. And we'll go over why. Opening on the spread, plus 6.5 points. 6.5 point underdogs are the Bears at minus 102 cost. 6.5 point favorites opening are the Eagles at minus 120 cost. Currently, Bears 7-point underdogs, 7-point favorites are the Eagles at even minus 110 cost for both teams. Over under total opened at 46.5 points, minus 110 cost even. Currently, the total is 44.5 points, minus 102 cost going over, minus 120 going under 44.5 on the cost. Now, let's go over the expected value since we just went over the opening odds. Keep it a little consistent here. What is expected value? Expected value is the measure of what a bettor can expect to win or lose on each bet placed on the same odds time and time again. The formula is below that right here. It will be in the description, and it is based off the $100 wager amount. $100 is the basis, the default, basically the standard of what you go by when you're analyzing odds and betting, based off $100 wagers. Now, based off the open, plus 235 and minus 345 gives the Bears a 28% win percentage and gives the Eagles a 72% win percentage. Now, the opening odds are the expected value, is relatively higher than most games, but it's normally like that when it's one game in one day, especially for a sport that is known to have multiple games in the same day, like on Sundays. For the opening expected value, 620, negative 620 for the Bears, minus $7.13. Minus $6.26 for the Bears, minus $7.13 for the Eagles expected value currently, based off the plus 285, minus 355 for the Eagles, gives the Bears a 25% win percentage and a 75% win percentage for the Eagles. 25% for the Bears. That is a negative $3.75 expected value for the Bears and negative $3.87 expected value for the Eagles. Now let's go over the odds here from Monday and Tuesday. Let me scroll down and not create much confusion. All right. Monday odds, plus 275 for the Bears, minus 340 for the Eagles. 4% betting for the Bears, 7% money for the Bears, 96% betting on the Eagles, and 93% money on the Eagles on the money line, that is. Tuesday, the money line went from plus 270, 5% betting, 11% money, minus 335, on Tuesday, 95% betting going with the Eagles, 89% money going with the Eagles. So went down a little bit, not a huge amount, but a 4% amount in sports betting is a decent amount, especially if you ask the sports books. Trust me, if you ask the sports book, they'll tell you. Now, minus 340 turns into minus 335, despite the lower amount of money. Now, where are we at now? Plus 285, minus 355. Plus 285, minus 355, as you can see right here for the Eagles. Plus 285 for the Bears. Those are the current odds. Now, where are the splits now? All right. 11% currently. This is early Friday morning, going with the Bears. 89% going with the Eagles. 19% going with Chicago on the money. 81% going with the Eagles on the money. Now, that has decreased significantly from the 93 to 89 and now 81% at game, early Friday morning. That has changed significantly. 89% going with the Eagles here. Now, with the odds increasing again, notice they went for the money line. It went up, was up minus 340, then went down to minus 335. Now it's negative 355 at 81%. On Tuesday, it was minus 335 at 89%. The way they moved those odds, it looks like the Eagles look promising as long as they decrease on the money and increase on those odds. Initially, it was looking like it wasn't because it went down despite the 89% Monday lowered the money. But once again, this Tuesday one was earlier in the day, taken earlier in the day. Data was taken earlier in the day than the Monday was. So that has something to do with it. 89% probably could have been 94% for the Eagles. Or could have been 92% for the Eagles. But now they're at 81%, considering they went down, that is. But currently, they were back up, 55%, minus 355 going with the Eagles, 81% on the money. So people putting more money on the Bears, and the Bears are getting now 19% of the money currently. So Eagles look decent as long as that increases. Now, is there a window for the Bears to win? Yes. If they go up, if they decrease on the money, they're at 285 right now. If that decreases to around 260, 250, more than likely it won't go that extreme. It'll probably go around 265, somewhere there. While their money continues to increase, which it is now, then you would have to consider the Bears to win this game. But as it currently stands, the way they're moving those odds, the Eagles look promising on the ML. Spread on Monday. 7-point favorites are the Eagles. 7-point underdogs are the Bears. Minus 112 cost for the Bears. Minus 108 for the Eagles. 45% betting going with the Bears. 55% betting going with the Eagles. 51% money, so about 50-50. 49% going with the Eagles. 51 going with the Bears. Tuesday, same thing. 7-point favorites are the Eagles. This time, Bears are a higher cost now. Minus 115, minus 105 here. Cost going with the Eagles. 45% betting, same as the Monday. 55% betting going with the Eagles. 59% money going with the Bears. 41% money going with the Eagles. So they raised the cost and increased, despite the increase in money. Looks like there is a window for the Bears to take that, but that 7 points is always tricky. Because if the Eagles win by a touchdown, obviously they take the spread. Whenever those odds even and they went up from 6.5 to 7, that's a dangerous pick to go with the dog. But the dog looks decent based on the way they're moving those odds. Now, where is it now? Let's go over where it is now. All right, 54% on the betting going with the Bears, 46% currently going with the Eagles on the betting on the spread. 53% money going with the Bears on the going with the Bears on the money that is on the spread, 47% going with the Eagles. Now, over under. Total. Well, hold on. What am I doing? Where is the spread now? All right, 110 cost even, still same 7-point favorites are the Eagles. It has evened out despite not much change. I mean, it is a 6% difference on the money from Tuesday, but the odds evened out and they went down on the cost, increasing for the Eagles. That's why I say it looks like the Eagles could take it across the board in this one, the way they're moving these odds, and it's right at 7 points. If they move that off of 7, whether it be 6.5 or 7.5 or whatever, go with the Bears. But as it currently stands, Eagles look decent the way they're moving these odds. Now let's go to the total. Over under 44.5 for both days. Minus 104 cost on Monday, going with the over. Minus 118 going with the under. 9% betting going with the over on Monday. 5% money going with the over on Monday. 91% betting going with the under. 95% money going with the under. Tuesday, over under. Minus 110 cost evened out. Despite it being relatively the same, only difference is 94%, 1% less on the under. 1% less on the under on the money. Now, where is it now? Total 44.5, minus 102 cost going over, minus 120 going under. A much higher cost for the under. The highest of the week. Let's go over where is the total? Well, there it is right there. 15%. Oh, once again, picks and props and all that will be on the Patreon. Link is in the description and in the video. All right, over 15% betting. Under getting 85% on the betting on the total. Percentage of money on the total, 11% going over on the, and under is getting 89% on the money. So money went down, betting went down, cost went up on the unders. Looks like the under could take it if this minus 120 holds up. If this negative 120 holds up, looks like the under could take it. And the money went down. The betting went down. They're raising that cost for a reason. Looks like the under could take it. If the over takes it, these are going to have to change. This minus 120 is going to probably have to even out to about minus 110. It's going to probably have to be evened out to about minus 110, or the over is going to have to go to minus 105 while the under goes to minus 110. Minus 115, excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in the next video. We'll be doing a new format on the Patreon as far as the sports picks. We'll be doing more insights. We won't be just posting picks. We'll be doing more insights and things like that. Going deep into injuries and analyzing that, how it affects the odds as well. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Pray every day. I've been Scott. Take care.